All right, welcome back into MixTV.tv and Mix 104.1 on the radio as we are continuing on with our Charity of Choice Spotlight presented by Cleveland Boat Center. One of these great local charities is up for $5,000, compliments of Cleveland Boat Center. And we are spotlighting today City Fields. And we're going to talk to Executive Director Dustin Tommy. He's here with us. And Dustin, first of all, good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Well, thanks so much for coming in. First of all, right out of the gate here, it's a pretty big honor to be chosen as one of these community spotlights as far as having the opportunity to win the cash, isn't it?
For sure, yeah. We're super grateful to have been nominated and included on this great list of organizations.
Well, first of all, let's just start from the beginning. City Fields, people listening and watching in today, tell me what that is exactly.
We are a nonprofit that's trying to revitalize overlooked communities here in Cleveland, focusing mostly on East Cleveland, east of the railroad tracks, the Blythe Oldfield neighborhood in Southeast Cleveland, and now the College Hill neighborhood of East Cleveland and Northeast Cleveland. And those areas, are rich in history and have very historic roots for Cleveland in terms of they've been around since the late 1800s, but they've been overlooked and in some areas have been blighted from disinvestment, and we're trying to bring the right kind of investment back there that will bring health and flourishing back to that community.
Dustin, when you mention the right type of investment, what is, kind of be a little bit more specific about that?
So we believe that affordable homeownership is one of the key things to having a healthy community. And nationwide, the average homeownership rate is 65%. Bradley County is 65%. But the East Cleveland neighborhoods of Blythe Oldfield and College Hill are somewhere between 30 and 40%. Wow. So there's a high ratio of rental properties. And there's nothing wrong with rental, but when you have an overwhelming majority of rental, what you tend to have is transient population that move in and out of a place and that don't have ownership of a community the same way that you would if you own the land. And so we want to incentivize and provide opportunities for people to have affordable home ownership, that they can own their property and pay less in a mortgage than they would if they were renting. And also, when you own the land, you just care more about what's happening around you. So that's one type of investment that we really want to be proactive about, is affordable home ownership. But it's not just about owning homes. That's not the entire scope of our work. We want to also see investments in the infrastructure of that area. It's the oldest part of town. So you've got 100-year-old infrastructure that we're trying to see new roads paved, new parks developed, new sidewalks, new amenities that will attract families to want to invest there. And also the area that East Cleveland area of East Inman Street and the southeast area of Wildwood Avenue, those were once like main thoroughfares into Cleveland.
Yes.
And really thriving commercial corridors. And we want to inspire investment there that rekindles economic growth and economic development. When the Whirlpool factory moved from its location that it was at for many years to Benton Pike, there was a domino effect that happened. When 1,000 people aren't coming there to work every day, then the little mom and pop shops along those roads, or the small businesses there, they didn't see as much foot traffic. So the domino effect of that has been many of those businesses have gone away, and there's just a void of economic activity on those two main thoroughfares that a lot of people still drive, but we want to inspire investment there, and that's the kind of investment we're talking about.
Again, Dustin Tommy is here with us, Executive Director of City Fields. They are one of our charities of choice for the Spotlight series that we're doing, compliments and presented by Cleveland Boat Center. We appreciate their, I believe this is the second year at least that we have done this. The charity of choice that you are voting on our website, mymix1041.com, ends this Friday, October the 14th. And again, you're voting for the charity of your choice to receive $5,000 for them to use to further the process of what they're doing in their communities and what they're wanting to achieve. Again, thanks so much to Cleveland Boat Center for doing this once again. Executive Director Dustin Tommy is going to tell us some more about City Fields. And as you go into this community and you present these different ideas that you just presented to us, what are some of the feedback you get from some of those? You mentioned the percentage, 30%, something along those lines. What is the feel from those people about your vision in City Fields?
Yeah. So our vision is directly guided by the voices of neighborhood residents in East Cleveland. And we have gone through an intense listening process with both Blythe Oldfield and College Hill that we're incorporating into our vision. And if we did it any other way, I think it would not be healthy redevelopment. They say, there's a saying, work done for the people without the people is against the people.
I like that. Yeah.
And so we want to involve the people in the vision. And so what people describe wanting to see that we're big picture 3 to 5 year vision. There used to be grocery stores in East Cleveland. And now their IGA or the Watson's grocery store is no longer there. Vest Grocery is no longer there. And some smaller grocery stores are no longer there. And we want to bring groceries to that food desert. So
Sure.
that's an area that we want to invest in, and we are looking at options to do that. That could be like a co-op model that hires local residents of that community, that is done in-house, that we work with local grocers to stock and stock the shelves and provide more affordable groceries to the residents of that community. But people always bring up, man, we don't have a great place for groceries. There's also this sense of on East Inman, at least, that used to be a thriving business corridor that in the 1970s, when the road was widened to make Inman Street more friendly for vehicular traffic,
right,
there was a loss of businesses that was in the East Cleveland area, many of which were minority-owned, black-owned businesses that have not come back there because for a variety of reasons. But we want to provide entrepreneurial training to people that want to become business owners or small business owners who want to grow their business. And we want to see that East Cleveland community fill up with quality small businesses and investment that is going to give back to the community.
Let me ask you this, as we go through this process, we understand this will be something that will definitely help these communities. How do you see that overflowing to the rest of Cleveland and Bradley County?
Yeah. Well, we are only as strong as our weakest link, and there are some great areas of Cleveland, and all of Cleveland it's a wonderful community to live in. But when you see the disparity that exists in certain neighborhoods in Cleveland, income disparity, just economic challenges that East Cleveland faces, it's not good. It's really sad. And like I said, we're only as strong as our weakest link, and we want to a rising tide lifts all boats. We want to see that community rise in a healthy way that will impact the rest of Cleveland by bringing people back over to that side of the tracks. Right now we have in the old Whirlpool site the third largest brownfield site, which is a term for an old industrial site that's no longer in use.
Right.
The third largest brownfield site in the state of Tennessee. It is directly borders our downtown, a 60-acre hole basically in our downtown that's ripe for some kind of development. And if it's done right and done healthy, that's going to transform our downtown, the neighborhoods that surround it, and all of Cleveland. We could become a place that is even more desirable than we are right now by developing that particular property. That's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Cities don't get a chance to develop 60 acres in the middle of their downtown.
Right.
But we want to be a catalyst in that process and a player at the table that's helping to redevelop that particular property, but also some other blighted or dilapidated properties around there.
Good stuff right there. Again, Executive Director Dustin Tommy joins us with City Fields. They are one of the charity of choices that you are, I say you, Dustin, and Charities of Choice City Fields is buying for. $5,000 is on the line, presented by Cleveland Boat Center. You can vote through Friday. Go to mymix1041.com, and votes will end on this Friday. So we hope that you will consider voting for City Fields or voting for one of those charities of choice. If you've not seen that yet, you can go to our website. You'll notice the posts that we have there. We have things on our Facebook page. It's just a great way that Cleveland Boat Center is giving back to our community. And you've heard from Dustin Tommy, again, Executive Director of City Fields, asking you to vote for them for that charity of choice and what they would do with those funds and how that would help all the people there that he mentioned in East Cleveland and those surrounding areas. As we go, Dustin, anything else before we go?
There's just a lot of great organizations in this community that have amazing missions, and we are just one of those. And all of us are working to the end goal of bringing health to the people of this community and flourishing. And if we're all being honest, we want to work ourselves out of a job. We want to live in a place where our services are not needed. But unfortunately, the sad reality is, in 9 years since I've been doing this here in Cleveland, some of the issues of the economic challenges of our community have only gotten wider and more distressed. And now we need the help more than ever before, really, with what's going on in the world and what's going on economically. And we just would love to have your vote to become the charity of choice this year, and are super grateful for the opportunity to get to share about our organization with Mix 104.
Well, Dustin, great to have you in this morning. Keep doing the great work you're doing there at City Fields. Thank you so much. Again, that is the spotlight for City Fields, charity of choice, presented by Cleveland Boat Center. You got till this Friday for that charity to receive $5,000. Go to mymix1041.com. This is Dwayne Williams reporting.